Before we get started, I'd like to welcome everybody, our generous sponsors from Smith, our SGB, and the teachers, and especially our principal, Mr. Ellis Zondi. Before we get started everything, I'd like us to just take a step back and explain to you how this day became possible. So, our first official encounter with Smith was on the 8th of October 2019. Now, what happened was, I won't lie, my team and I were very, very nervous walking in there. And we were also very excited to share the dream that we have as PPR. What happened was that, I will say, to convince somebody such as Mr. Vermaak about our dream was not as easy. In fact, that would be an understatement. But knowing how straightforward he is, that's the first vibe I saw from him. I was like, whoa, this guy's just straight to the point, and you just really need to know what you want to say, and you need to know how it's going to happen. So, knowing the tragic stories that we always hear of how sponsors donate to school, and then things are mismanaged. We're all aware of that. So we had to assure him that whatever's going to happen will be managed properly. Now, Fundo, who's been in the school longer than I have, gave an account and how he also had plans of how this was going to happen and how this dream for the school was going to happen. And we also assured him that we are their representatives at school. We are their eyes and their ears. And whatever happens, whatever is donated, whatever is given to the school, we will literally take it upon ourselves to be their eyes and ears and to ensure that everything is taken care of and everything that is donated is for the use that it is intended for. Just to give some background as to how we approach each school, and just so as sponsors, everybody knows, even the SGB, everybody knows what we stand for. So we approach one school at a time, and we work with one school at a time. We want to leave the school having made a considerable impact before we move to the next school. So we ensure that each school, we find out what are the needs, what are the challenges of the school, and we try our best to tackle. We knock on doors sometimes where we don't even think that there's a chance, but we try and knock on doors in order to make the school a more pleasant and a more enjoyable environment, even for learners. Now, what a main point that PPR stands for, we also are very focused on learners. If there's one thing that we are standing for, if ever you see me here, just as a teacher or anybody else, anybody who sees me, I don't want them to take me as another person who's just here to be a non-member of staff. I'm here for the learner. So that is what we wanted to come across with, even the first time when we approached Smith and Mr. Vermaak. We wanted to make sure that whatever is here is going to be for the benefit of the learners. And we believe that if we're in the actual community helping, the people we even work with here are for the benefit of the community. So it's to ensure that things like unemployment, crime, all of those things are reduced because we are working in the actual area to ensure that everybody, from the learner who is a student, they have a dream, they are focused, and they are goal-driven. And we have 3 pillars for PPRs: podcast, partnership, and recognition. Now, these are 3 pillars. The first one is podcast. This involving technology in learning to make learning more enjoyable, more interactive for learners. Now, partnership can refer to any sort of partnership that we have. It may be partnership with teachers, partnership with learners, partnership with the school, and partnership with sponsors, because we need to report every month as to what is going on in the school. So we need to maintain partnerships. And recognition would be one of our strongest pillars. We believe in recognition. We believe that if we recognize the good work that is done by a learner or a teacher, it encourages them to do even better. And when you recognize the work done even by a teacher, it encourages another teacher to do even better. And how do we incorporate learning in technology and learning? So we don't only assist teachers to use technology, which is one of our main pillars, of course, but also how they don't be comfortable in the class with technology. They need to be comfortable in using technology. They need to be comfortable not only just constantly, Fundo, can you come to class? No, they need to get to a point where they're doing the things, doing and using technology themselves without constantly asking us. So if we teach them to create podcasts, to make their own PPTs, that ensures that they don't necessarily need us all the time. That allows us to then move to another school to do better. So learners are also a very important key in this, because we don't want a learner to leave here and go into varsity not even having known what a PowerPoint presentation is. So that is very important for us. So as much as we want to help the teachers in learning, but also the learners need to be comfortable when a teacher is teaching using PPTs or anything that requires technology. So we have an after-school program also. Seeing how learners are struggling with subjects such as maths and science, we decided to have an after-school program also that we run. And the reason for this is that the program really just helps the community also at large, because we employ youths from the actual area, this area, that with good performing students to be tutors. So if we know that maybe you're a varsity student and you're struggling to possibly get some sort of funds, also we take those type of students, maybe they're first year engineering students, they also assist us after school with our after school tuition program. So it's a voluntary program that we started here. It was voluntary, but because we had a very proactive principal, the principal actually decided to make it compulsory, because he was like, this is really helping. And we saw a huge improvement from grades 8 up until grade 12. And which was one of our greatest challenges was from grade 8. From grade 8, learners had started struggling with maths very, very bad. So this is why we decided to start this program. And the I Have a Dream project started off as a career guidance. It was a career guidance project, but we decided that we need to help them with basic skills, such as time management, setting goals for themselves. So those are the other skills that we decided to harness, because those are very essential skills for a learner, and just an individual and a human being. So we decided to teach them basic life skills in order to enable them to deal with life after school. So this program was geared mostly for maths and science students. And the reason for this is because we saw the declining numbers of students deciding to take up maths and science. So this was one of the main projects that were aimed at ensuring that learners take up maths and science. So basically, as PPR, as mentors, such as myself and Fundo, we have particular roles that we also play in the school. But a day in a PPR mentor's role can be anything from assisting, co-presenting a class with the teacher, to helping a student with researching an assignment. It can be anything during the day that ends up basically filling up the whole day, and we're thinking, whoa, what's the next day going to be like? So we ensure that every day we're doing something that is meaningful, only that brings us joy, but also that is helping somebody else. Thank you so much.
Respected guest, thank you for coming. We live in strange times. A simple act of coming to school now is an act of courage, because you have gone through so much of risk to come and spend an hour of your time for a worthy cause. So I think it's commendable, and I really appreciate you having devoted your time for this. Thank you so much. I've been asked by my team to speak about the vision of PPR and the history of PPR. So we'll start with history. History of PPR starts from my own history. I'm from India, and I come from middle class there. I have a father who was an army officer. So he, right from childhood, taught me the importance of patriotism. That is what makes a life bigger and better, when you live for something bigger than yourself. And that's what has been ingrained to me right from the beginning. And it's PPR education is our little contribution to try and do for the society something that's beyond what we do for a living. And the example that I always have is Nelson Mandela. If he had spent his time in jail thinking about his family and how to make a lot of money for himself, he would not have been there. So there's a need for patriotism that we all have within us, and then we need to have. And this is our contribution, but I think all of us have the ability to do that as well. So PPR is our little contribution for that. My mother taught me education now because of, and she said it's because we're in the middle class family. I think the education is a passport to become successful in life. And so I studied to become an engineer and MBA, smart management accountant, did all of that. I'm married to a wife who's even more qualified than me. I've got 2 daughters who are now doing very well, doing MBA in Harvard and Yale and some of the best universities there. So as a family, we focus on education. So the thought of PPR comes as a combination of what we learned from the father and from my mother. Patriotism from the father and the love for education from the mother. And that's where it is, because we believe that education is at the root of most of the ills that we see in the society today. So we can have an educated society. I think most of the problems that we have should take care of itself. So with that in mind, I went to Pine Town Education Department. I met Moses Magabri, and I asked him how I can help. He took me down to this underperforming school, the worst performing schools in Cato which he was responsible then. And we finally selected one school, Sithokozile High School, and I had a lady called Nosipho. She was with the project for a few months. She started in January and she finished off by September. By October, she was no more. She died of AIDS, so she could only be with the project for 9 months, 8-9 months. And I couldn't find anybody to continue with the project. So I thought this project was going to be a disaster. But in January, when the results came, I was pleasantly surprised when I was told that Sithokozile has done much better than it has ever done before. And so I realized that, okay, there's something special that has happened. And what that special is, that Nosipho had a lot of passion. And that has been a most quality. She would start from early morning to late evening. She's got a laptop. She had a laptop and she had some education material, and she had podcast making. So she can, the teachers who are interested, she will get them to record, and then she will make DVD out of that and distribute it to the learners who are interested. And she would do it on her own. I won't even, I was busy with my own work. I didn't have time to look at what she's doing. But she, on her own, worked so hard that she made such an amazing difference in that school. And so it showed that if you bring in passion and technology, passion and podcast, that can have a dramatic difference in the performance of the school. So it can, in a public school like this, it can fast track development quite a lot. So that's where we formed PPR Education. So PPR stands for Podcast, Partnership and Recognition. Podcast stands for Technology. Because I believe podcast, we use the word podcast, but that's a game changer. Podcast is what allows the learning to take place outside the classroom, where the teacher can teach when he wants to teach, and the learner can learn at his own pace at home or wherever. And apart from podcast, we have partnerships, because technology by itself is no good. We have all seen computers and laptops getting donated to public school that just gets wasted. Nobody bothers about it, gets used and misused onto that. So you need a passion to help make use of the technology. And the passion comes when you have partnerships, when you have meaningful partnerships, where you have a group of like-minded people coming together with an objective to make a difference. And that's when you can see major changes taking place. And we have seen that in our school here. When a teacher and a PPR mentor come together, they're able to deliver so much better quality of education than otherwise. Partnership between Smith and us over here. Now you can see how much is starting to make a difference. So partnerships are what makes 1 + 1 not 2, but 1 + 1 adds up to make it 11. That's the power of partnership. So that's the second leg of PPR. The third leg is an important one, recognition. Recognition is what is the magic potion that helps fuel in the passion in the partnership. Recognition helps learners and teachers to start thinking about whatever, to continue to be active on the projects. Especially in public school, it's difficult because you don't have much, the system does not allow recognition to come on its own. And so whether the teacher and the learner, they work their best or they don't work, it doesn't matter, And that's where there's a need for a different system of recognition that needs to be added on to this project so that whatever good is taking place in the school gets recognized and gets rewarded. So there's a motivation among all those who are doing very good job to continue to do that, and those who are not doing to start doing that much better. So that recognition is a very important part as well, which we want to incorporate in the coming days. So that's PPR. Then we talk about vision. I have, PPR's vision is to see that Sithokozile becomes one of the top performing schools in KZN in the next few years. We would like to see the teachers come not just to teach but to also instill passion. We want to see that the sponsors recognize PPR as one of the best ways to work with the schools and build schools up. And they become stakeholders to ensure that the development of the schools take place in that area. That's my vision, that's our vision, but that's not very important. I think what's important is what the school has a vision for. So what does the principal have? The principal, the management committee, the parents, what is their vision for the school? And that is what we are here to help and build up. We are there to help, but they need to spell out what the vision is, and we are there to help them to the extent possible. That's what our vision would be. I have a dream project, which Nosipho mentioned earlier. So I would suggest, the management committee, the principal, and all of us can also sit down and I have a dream project for us as well, to say, okay, where do we want the school to get to? And how do we get there? And what are the challenges we face? So if we work as a team, all of us, to achieve a certain goal, I think we will get there much sooner than what we think. That's what I want to say. Thank you so much.
Up to the 26th of March, I used to go home, my key out my car, I used to walk into my house, and that's how I went home. From the 27th of March, I used to dress a little bit differently. I used to have to sling a laptop, because we were now working from home. The message is that if you are not able to dress differently, you're not able to work from home, you're going to sit at home not having much to do. So making technology part of your life is a key issue for people growing up as youngsters. And I keep on telling my HR team as well, a lot of them are young parents, and it's important for them to be connected, because if they're connected, their children will be connected. So there's a saying that goes, and always remember the saying, and I keep on telling my children this as well, ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better. The point is, never give up. You're never ever too old to learn. You're never too young to learn new technology. So ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better, but never give up. Your life is in front of you. There's an opportunity for you to make a difference in South Africa. We often speak about privilege. We're in a privileged position where we are able to help our community. From a Smith manufacturing point of view, I've got a whole team of people behind me. Priya here, financial director. I got Tora-san from Japan. They're challenging us all the time to enhance our technology at Smiths Manufacturing. And I've got a whole range of other Smiths people who actually help us as well. So with all these people helping us and working together as a team, they give us the privilege in order to actually reach out to our communities and to try and make the community a better place. So at the end of the day, this is our privilege to partner with Sithokozile Secondary. We also work very closely with the ladies of the school. On an annual basis, we have a ladies event as well, where the ladies come and see what we do at Smiths Manufacturing, and Priya has been spearheading that. So from our point of view is we're privileged, and we want to share that privilege. We want to make a difference to our privilege. It is something when you've got a privilege, you're not using a privilege to actually help other people, then it's wrong. So when you have got a privilege, use a privilege and help people. So that's what we're trying to do. So I want to leave you guys again saying thank you very much for PPR to actually partner with us and to partner with the school, because we certainly can't do it from a Smiths Manufacturing point of view. We haven't got the time or the resources to do it. We've tried before and it's failed. And some of my direct questions, and I can see that there's passion here. I know Fundo came around a couple of times, and I think the motivation is there, and I think the commitment is there, and I'd like to see that the community benefit out of what we're able to do here. So from our point of view, again, thank you very much for the partnership. We appreciate it. And again, I'll leave you with the words. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. Never give up. Okay, thank you guys.
Smiths Industries, PPR team, actually the school governing body. I've got 2 members here, which represent governing board, the learners, my colleagues. I greet you all. Maybe before I start, I need to introduce myself, because our partnership, they always work together with the previous principals. If I mean previous principal, I think you started with Mr. Mntambo, our lovely former principal, who always communicating with the partnership and helping us in our school. And after Mr. Mntambo left in 2018, late 2018, and then the department just bring to Mr. Kati. Mr. Kati, actually, he's the principal of our neighboring school, also known as number 7. And then after we have been appointed as deputy principals with my colleague Mrs. Mafu last year in June, and then the department decided to take Mr. Kati back to his school, and then they just throw me in the deep end because I was still new in this, So I think every one of you here, they might not know me. I'm Mr. Zondi. Right now I'm acting principal. We are still waiting for the principal. Now it is a great honor to stand here on behalf of Sithokozile Secondary School. We welcome you in our school. And thank you for taking your time on your busy schedule to be with us today and witness this event, or historical event in our school. On behalf of our school, I would like to extend our gratitude to Smiths Industries for the sponsorship you honor us with. And this is a state-of-the-art. You can see it's like precious resource that we need to sustain until maybe the next generation. I think this equipment is going to equip our teachers and learners with innovative and relevant skills that are needed in this technological environment we live in, as Vermaak was referring, that now we will have to carry your laptop. If you are not knowing how to use this thing, which means you'll be sitting at home doing nothing. To PPR Industries, to PPR team or PPR Education team, We are so grateful to have you guys. You know, we appreciate the effort that you put when you acquire this precious resource, the computers. Your passion and dedication in improving our school and our learners is undeniable. I'm so humble and touched beyond words. Thank you, PPR team. As a school, we promise to guard and utilize these devices appropriately to better the future of our learners. We shall ensure that there are measures put in place to safeguard and sustain this equipment. Already we have some measures put in place to keep them safe. I think Fundos yesterday showed me the container where this is going to be kept and then kept in the store, in the strong room of the school. Working together with the parent component, school governing body, I think you are going to make sure that you are protecting these resources. As towards the known, you are striving for excellence. So thank you very much for embracing this event and coming with this mission to us. I thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Program Director. I'd like to greet all members from SMIT, manufacturing, teachers, PPR educators, staff of Sithokozile SGB members, and our learners. I'm Mntambo, chairperson of the SGB. We'd like to thank you very much for what you are doing for us. It's not for teachers only, but it's for the community as a whole, because this is therefore you are sponsoring the Sithokozile Secondary School. Ngiyafisa ukuthi ngibonge nangelithuba lokuthi since you are started from our previous principal, Mr. Mthegu, anishongo ukuthi ngisponsorisha Mr. Mthegu, but wahamba Mr. Mthegu and you are still carry on with the Sithokozile Secondary School. We'd like to appreciate what you are doing for us as the school of the Sithokozile Secondary School. Thank you very much.
Greet you all, especially our honorable members from SMIT, and also PPR, and our colleagues, and principal, and the SGB. It is with a great gratitude and honor. We are so humble, and thank you for your generosity and your kindness. Hence, we are living in a technological era of rapid transformation. We really need of these resources in order to acquire the skills in this era that may be useful to our society, to be productive, in order to match the changes that are happening globally. We promise we're going to take care in order to prolong the lifespan of the equipment that you provided with. Thank you again for your generosity and considering us. And also, we promise, I repeat, to take care of those equipment to have a long lifespan to our learners. Thank you.
Everyone, so on behalf of the Sithokozile learners, we'd like to say thank you to Smith Manufacturing and PPR Education, and we hope that the laptops will come in hand for us, because it's been almost 3 years without having access to the lab or the library for the learners to actually use and do schoolwork in there, so it would be a tough challenge for us. So this opportunity is a great one and a big opportunity, and we hope that the laptops will last long for generations to come. Since we're in matric, we won't have this opportunity to actually use them for a long time. But the other learners following us will actually experience a nice time using these laptops in the library and in this laboratory, and we hope that what you've done for our school, you'll also do for other schools. And we really appreciate it, and again, from the learners of Sithokozile Secondary, we say thank you to PPR Education and Smith Manufacturing. Thank you.